I'm Deb Courtney. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So glad you're here today. Today's video has to do with ambitious life enhancement because I have had people to say, Deb, tell me your mindset that you had to have in doing the things that you've done and experienced in your life. And I said, you really want to know? They said, absolutely, yes. I may have regret asking you to explain that to me and to share it with me, but I really would like to know. And I'm thinking, well, how much time do you have? So anyway, here we go. Okay, I'm going to begin. These are quick steps that I used in my lifetime, whether it be business life, whether it be in relationships, whether it was in marriages, whatever, children, the mindset that I had, some of these mindsets I don't have necessarily today, but these are mindsets that I had, mindsets that I have, and maybe mindsets in the future that I deal with, that in order for me to do business and live in this world daily. So here we go. The first one I wanted to share was I recognized the need, and I wrote them down because there's about, I don't know, 25 or so. The first one is, I recognize the need to become someone who accepts things more readily and with least resistance. That was a mindset I still have, okay? That was a mindset that I really got on board with real quick when I was in business with my husband in Atlanta, and he says, we need to do this and this and this and this. And I said, why? And he says, well, sit down, darling, and I'm going to tell you why. And he would sit me down and explain to me ABC 1, 2, 3. And then once he did that, and once I had clarity in regards to going out buying a piece of equipment or whatever it was, then I was good to go. And I did not give him so much grief and resistance about not doing something. So this is a mindset that will help you, hopefully. It really helped me. And after a while, I got to the point, well, okay, he knows best. We've done this long enough. I can see where he's coming from. And generally, I had this mindset at the very beginning of our business because I didn't really have clarity on exactly where the business was going and how it was going to look like. But this did help me. So to accept things more readily with least resistance. The second thing is, what helped me to do this was I wanted to quickly assimilate what I notice, what I experience, or what I learn and apply it immediately, simply because when you do that, life goes around a whole lot easier. That's all that needs to be said about that. Number 3, I learned these things. Now, this was a mindset. I needed to learn the mindset to set much stronger boundaries so I'm not taken advantage of or disrespected by others. I think that basically speaks for itself. Don't think you need any example in regards to that. You know what your boundaries are, and you know when you're taken advantage of or being taken advantage of, and you know when you're being disrespected. Doesn't matter who it's from, children, spouse, co-worker, friend, relative, whatever. And there's a right way and a wrong way to do it. I would like to add this, though. Don't sell yourself short. in doing this. Take care of yourself first and foremost, and your mentality, your mentality, your mental self, and set the boundaries that need to be set in order for you to be a healthy you. And don't ever sell yourself short just to make somebody else feel better, just to make somebody maybe they want to one up you. No. A lot of times, let me say this before I go on. A lot of times the way to set boundaries is just say nothing at all. You don't have to get in a screaming, hollering, shouting, cussing out match with anybody. You don't have to go there. And you may, if you've lived on the face of this earth any length of period of time, you probably may have done that. And that probably really wasn't that good to do. It might have felt good at the time. Man, I got that off my chest. Now they know where I stand on this and this and this and this. I told them, and yeah, you're exactly right. You did. However, anyways. Okay, the next one is, I need to become a much more compassionate and patient person with others. And a lot of times, the way I did that was to zip it. Just to zip it, not say anything, just show compassion. And and sometimes not saying anything for me was showing compassion. So, okay, that's it. That's all I'm going to say about that. The next one is, I needed to gain a broader perspective or context about life. Now listen, let me start over. I needed help in gaining broader perspective or context about life, myself, my life, and or my work. And the person that helped me with this most was Sam Courtney. My husband was 14 years older than me. I was 28 and he was 41 well, it wasn't when we met, but it was when we married. So he had been around a time or two, and he knew about things, and he was a businessman, straight up one side and down the other. He knew how to do business. He knew how to talk to people. He knew how to work man. He knew how to get the job done. He knew how to get the numbers. And he was a master at it. And so he taught me about this. Because I didn't have a broad perspective. I grew up not like that at all. Okay, the next one is, my life is expensive to my body, heart, spirit, and I need to reduce these stress costs. So my body, my soul, my spirit, it takes a lot, and you'll learn this. This will happen to you too. Also, when you really sit down and think about it, you are expensive. And you need to take really good care of your body, your soul, and your spirit at all costs. Because nobody cares more about you than you. And so that is something of a mindset that I have learned over the years. Okay, the next one is, I would be more effective and successful if I had more of an edge or an inner confidence. Now, I've been in business a long time. This was basically something that I used when I was first getting in business in my 20s, okay? And so that was a mindset that I had at that time. I don't have as much that kind of mindset now as I did in my 20s. So that I looked for that. I studied that. I searched for that. I asked about that. How I could be more effective and successful if I had an edge or more of an inner confidence. And sometimes time's just not on your side. Doesn't mean that it won't get there, because it will. But at that point in time, in my early 20s, mid to late 20s, time, I didn't think time was on my side, so I needed some shortcuts. I needed to learn what kind of edge could I find out in order to build up confidence and be more confident in who I was, what I wanted to become, and what the steps I needed to take in order to get there and what that would look like. Okay, the next one is, I believe I can get a lot done with a lot less effort. I want life to be effortlessly. That does not mean that I want life to be easy. That's not what I'm saying. It would be you can have an easy life and you can have an effortless life. They're two different things, two totally different things. So that's a mindset that I've had about me, and I'm still chasing it. Okay? Sometimes that takes a lifetime. And that's going to look different for everybody. Wherever you're at in your own personal journey in life, that's going to look totally different to you than it did for me, or does for me. I'll give you one hint. One hint that I search for and I go after. And that is multiple streams of income. That is something that I like. Because if anything happened and income went away, you're not completely down. You're not completely busted and broke. You have other ways of making money that's coming in monthly or weekly or daily that you can keep going. You keep right on going with your program, whatever that looks like. That is something that I work on continuously. Okay, the next thing is, I have noticed others who are very graceful in how they deal with life, and I want to be that way as well. And that is something, does it happen every time? No. I've had days that I really was not graceful. I imagine you have too. But that doesn't mean that is something I really strive to achieve. And so that's a mindset that I have. Okay, the next one is, I would like to be more grateful for what I do have instead of always needing more. And that's something that I think goes with you all along the journey of your life. And but you do eventually reach a point of, you don't need any more knickknacks. You're knick-knacked out, and you don't really wait for Christmas to roll around to buy something that you would like to have. If you want something, you just go out and get it. Those items, that mindset doesn't start out with you when you're in your younger years, teen, 20s, 30s. But as you mature and grow in your life, I'm not saying you're not grateful when you're young, but you as you mature, you become more appreciative and grateful for what you do have, and I try to not be needing more. I don't need another pair. I definitely don't need another pair of shoes. I don't need another this. I don't need another. And as time goes on, you will get there eventually, because you think, man, your priorities change. Number one, you have a determination to take the money that you would put toward another blouse or a shirt or a pair of pants or a pair of shoes, and say, you know what, I think I'd rather go buy a dividend stock with this money. You see what I'm saying? That's kind of where I'm at now. And so, yeah. So, I've got some more mindset statements that I have used, where I really what I really think about. I'll share them again with you. I'll do it on the next video, and we'll wrap this up. So glad you found me. Glad I found you. I know I run over a little bit today. Sorry about that. But I will see you again next week in regards to a follow-up on my mindset in regards to having an ambitious life enhancement. Have a good day. Bye.